Do you realize that you have spent your entire life being you? Do you realize that? Like, literally, your every birthday you've had, you were there. Your first kiss, right? You were there when you learned to ride a bike and you scraped your knee. You were there for that, and you were there when you went to school and high school and middle school. You were there for college if you did that. You were there during your first job, wherever that was. Mine was at Taco Bell, and I still don't eat the beans from there. I'm not going to tell you why. You were there yesterday. You were there today. You will be there tomorrow. Like, literally, your entire life. You have spent your entire life being you. And guess what? This is crazy. I know. This is like revolutionary information right here that I'm about to share with you. Guess what? You are going to spend the rest of your life being you. The rest of it. Everything that you have coming forward, all of your successes, everything that you do in your career, your failures, your knockdowns, the times that you fall flat on your face, all of that stuff. You're literally going to spend the rest of your life being you. Your moves, your work, your marriage, as a parent, every character building day that you have going forward, you're going to be there. You're going to be a part of that. There's like literally no divorce option. There isn't. There's no divorce option. There's no moving out. There's no getting away from you. It is you with you forever. Forever. Like eternity forever. Not even just death do us part forever. Eternity forever. So knowing that, wouldn't it make sense to love yourself? The word love is defined as an intense feeling of deep affection. Don't you think that that's smart? If you're going to spend your entire life with yourself, don't you think there should be an intense feeling of deep affection? You see, in today's society, in today's world, like it's become okay. It's become beyond okay. It's actually become like normal to hate yourself. You realize that? Like it's become normal. Like this bad self-talk, like that's okay. It's okay to just talk bad to yourself and about yourself. My wife is one of the worst at this. My wife, she'll get a compliment. Someone will say, Leslie Lundy, you're an incredible mother. And she'll say, oh, well, you should see, behind the scenes. You just see the highlight reel, but you should see what's really going on, right? She'll beat herself up like that. She does it all the time. Someone says, man, your kids are so well behaved, or man, you've got all these children. I admire what you do. And she'll just constantly downplay it. It's just like it's okay, right? Like it's okay to beat herself up. And most of society does this, right? We downplay our abilities. We downplay our gifts. We give ourselves a feeling of less than. We beat ourselves up when we make mistakes. We call ourselves stupid. We call ourselves names in our own head, right? Like we treat ourselves like in a way that we would never treat anyone else. We say things to ourselves that we would never say to anyone else. We use words like I can't and I never will be. And what I want to do today is I just want to challenge you. I want to challenge you to give yourself some credit. You see, you've taken some hits in your life. You really have. You've taken some hits. You've gone through it. You had that financial issue that you got through. You had that first heartbreak or breakup that you went through, right? There was that time where you thought you weren't going to be able to make it. There was that time where you had to go through surgery, or that time that you were in pain. There was that time that you went through that divorce. There was that time that you lost that job, that you got fired. There was that time where you got in that heated, crazy argument and you just couldn't believe that this person would do the thing that they did to you. Man, you've taken some hits. You have. And you've gotten through it. You see, something as a Christian, as a believer, something that we're really quick to do. I talked about this in my goalkeeper's course. Something that we're really quick to do is we're really quick to see God's blessing in all situations, right? We see it like something negative happens. There's just something negative, like something tragic, like a death or an accident, or a couple, like planes going into buildings, terrorist attacks, shootings, so on and so forth, right? And we see the blessings, we see the things that happen afterward, right? We see how the people pull together and how they lift up and how the heroes rise up out of the ashes, right? We always see the blessings, and we give God so much credit, which is rightfully so. He's in everything. He's got his hands on everything, and we give him the credit where the credit is due. But keep in mind, just because you can see the blessing doesn't mean you didn't endure the pain. I want you to really sit on that for a second. When I look back at my life, I can see the blessing in the time that I spent homeless. When I look back at my life, I can see the blessing of my time that I spent in jail. When I look back at my life, I can see how God used my hopelessness. He used my situation. He used my struggle. He used my ethnicity. He used all of these things in order to be able to be a blessing, to create this incredible thing that we have going right now called #Rise and Grind. I can see the blessing in that. But I endured the pain. I went through it. I lived it. I slept in the buses. I remember when people couldn't see me, where I felt invisible. I swam out into the ocean. I tried to take my own life. I remember all that pain, that hurt, and that struggle. I endured it. You've been through a lot. You're powerful. Look at all of the things that you've been able to do. Look at how far you've come. You see, I want you to give yourself like credit. You're a powerful being, and you should embrace that. Now, keep in mind, when I talk about you need to love yourself, right? When I talk about having love for yourself, I want you to understand that I'm talking about like confidence, right? Like confidence is attractive, not cockiness. I want you to love yourself, but I don't want you to be narcissistic. I don't want you to think or ever believe that you're better than anyone else, because you're not. But see, having a certain confidence is literally vital to determining your level of success. You see, I've watched friends fail. I've watched friends fail, go from one failure to the next, right? They constantly fail at their jobs, or they fail in their relationships, or they fail in their life. I just watch them just go from one failure to another. And they don't understand why they can't get traction. They just can't seem to get a grip. They can't, even when their life starts to increase, it always falls back. But then, and I hear them talk about themselves that way, right? But yet that same person that doesn't love themselves, that same person, I will watch them fall in love with someone else in weeks. They'll be absolutely obsessed with someone of the opposite sex. They'll literally like die for them. Like, I just can't live without this person. I love him. It was love at first sight. I just want to hear him breathe. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up, right? Here they are, 40 years old. They don't love themselves. Yet they can, on a dime, fall in love with someone else. And so I'm here to tell you today, my friends, the way that you feel about you is ultimately going to determine your ability to love others. The best way that you can serve other human beings, the best way that you can serve and grow in your career and in your relationships is to love yourself first. The way that God does. See, God sees you as his child. He sees you as uniquely made. He sees you as with specific and deliberate gifts. He doesn't see you as better than anyone. He doesn't see you as the end all God's gift to the planet. But he sees you as a child of God, uniquely made, a beautiful one. So I want you to see yourself the same way. Like, we have so many members of this group that come from all different walks of life, all different shapes, all different sizes, but each and every one of them is incredibly powerful. Incredibly powerful. They're your individual gifts that you were given. They're yours forever. They've been with you since the very beginning of time. They will be with you for eternity. So I want you to embrace that. Step into it. Learn to love yourself so that you ultimately can go out and love others. Listen, my friends. What's up, Michael Jasper? I struggled with this for a really long time. I struggled with loving myself. I struggled with having the confidence. I struggled with just feeling worth. I really did. And really what it came down to was this right here. An understanding of who I was and whose I was, right? And mentally just changing that talk. That's where it starts. Listen, thank you so much for joining me this morning on #Rise and Grind. I'm really feeling it lately. I know that sounds crazy, right? But I've really been feeling it lately. I've been feeling this show. I've been feeling a special connection with all of you that watch consistent on a daily basis, right? Like Liza Myers-Borch is always in here, Janelle Griego, Sarah Ball, and now we got, we're having bacon first thing in the morning, and Heather Fox and my Josh O's, and it's great seeing Chad Barter up in here, and Michael Mills, and so on and so forth, like Joel Tomlinson. I'm glad you've joined us here the last couple of days, but I've just really been feeling this show, and you guys have been so encouraging. I've been getting so many messages from everybody that just fuels me, right? It just fuels me to continue to pour into you, to continue to build this rise and grind movement and spread it as far and wide as humanly possible. And so I just want to thank you this morning. I want you to know that as a child of God, uniquely made, the God of the universe, these decisions that you're making, the decisions to watch my show, to comment, to send me a message, all of these seemingly meaningless or small decisions, they're really making a massive impact. They are. They're making a massive impact on your friends, your family members, your coworkers. You've made a massive impact on me. Truly. Somebody said first time watching live. Jeremy Courtney. I'm so glad you made it live, man. You've truly made a massive impact in my life. So I want you to continue to grow, continue to learn, to continue to take care of yourself and learn to love yourself so that you can continue to make an impact in other people's lives.